Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Here to do another case. Now because of medical reasons I've been unable to do any investigations or show you any of my other haunted items lately. I was hoping to do at least 5 cases before the year ends, but I don't think it's going to happen due to my medical condition, unfortunately. So moving forward, I would like to introduce you to case number 2, the case of the medieval knight. Now, I briefly introduced you to this case several months ago while I was performing case number 1, investigation number 6, where I was trying to do an exorcism on Clyde the Clown. But that investigation went totally wrong. I managed to do an investigation on this item this week, so I will start first with a quick review and a bit of history and new information that I didn't mention several months ago about the medieval knight. And of course, I will inform you about my findings of the investigation that I conducted this week on this. Alright, so let's get started. As mentioned a couple of months ago, the paranormal activity is not coming from the painting of the medieval knight that you see in front of you, but instead it's coming from the wood. Apparently the wood was picked up from a haunted location somewhere in Ontario, Canada. Now, the whereabouts of this haunted location has been kept secret according to the client. The dimensions for this item is 40 inches tall by 14 inches wide. The thickness of the wood is about 1 inch. It doesn't weigh very much. It weighs about 1 pound, so it's not that heavy. Now, I don't know what type of wood this is since I don't know anything about wood, so I couldn't really tell you. The artist trimmed the wood nicely, as you can see. Did a nice job on the painting of the medieval knight, holding a shield in one hand and a spear with a flag attached to that spear in the other hand. Now let me show you. It has no signature or number in the back of this, which makes it very difficult to research on. Alright, so just give me a second and I will show you the back of this. Now the only thing it has in the back is a little bit of paint on the side here, hook with string attached, and but nothing else, not even a date. So it's a mystery item. Alright, so let me just take a close shot here for you. As you can see, he did a nice job on this. He trimmed it nicely all around the wood. He put a lot of work into this, you could tell. Okay, so I tried to research this item online, see if I could find any information on this or something remotely close to this item, but I found nothing. Apparently, the client, when he bought this, he was informed about the history of the item. So he was aware of the possibility that it might be haunted, but because of his religious background, he ignored the warnings, nor did he believe in the paranormal in the first place. It took about 2 months when he noticed that his electronics around his home started to malfunction, and noticed that his rechargeable batteries from his home phone would not function or would not charge properly. It took about a year later that the client went through his first horrifying experience that apparently changed his view about the paranormal. Because of this experience, he ended up putting this item inside one of his closets for about 2 years, at which time he underwent through his second horrifying experience. Now, at this point in his life, he had enough with this, so decided to sell this item to get back the money that he had spent. A month had gone by where he found himself unable to sell the medieval knight. So in a desperate attempt, he decided to just give it away. He heard about me through a mutual friend, and of course the rest is history, and now I have possession of the item. Alright, so what I've told you so far is what he told me back in 2001 when I decided to meet up with him and to accept the item from him. Now, I was not very happy with what he said at the time. He obviously withheld a lot of information. There are a lot of unanswered questions But one thing is for sure though, when I met this individual, he was scared of something. I could see it in his eyes. I could feel the stress that he was under. So whatever it was, it had a big impact in his life. Now, when I agreed to take the medieval night, he thanked me. He shook my hands and took off right away. Didn't bother to stay longer to answer any of my other questions or give me any other information on the item. I just wish that he gave me more information about his experiences, so at least I know what this item is all about, because I'm pretty sure that there is more to the story of the medieval knight. Alright, as I mentioned earlier, I gathered enough strength to do an investigation on this case this week. When I do my investigations, I always make sure that the room I'm investigating in is under a controlled environment, which means no other haunted items nearby, no open windows, no noises, etc. So a lot of control factors are put in place for accurate results. I took a lot of pictures, a lot of videos. I did several EVP sessions at different times and locations. Also, I took a couple of measurements with my infrared thermometer for temperature fluctuations that might occur while I'm performing the investigation on the item. After collecting all of this information, let me tell you what I found. I captured nothing strange on the videos, EVP sessions, or the photos, but something strange did happen while I was taking and recording the temperature reading of the medieval knight. My new infrared thermometer started to malfunction. It would beep for about 15 minutes and then it would turn off. To confirm that this was not an equipment error, I did a second video, and it did the same thing on the second video. Before any investigations, I always make sure that my equipment is working perfectly, but in this case, I don't know what happened. Now, what is even stranger is that the camera that I'm using now went off a few seconds before the infrared thermometer started to fail on both videos. After both the camera and the infrared thermometer worked fine, like nothing happened, it was only when I started to do the investigation on the medieval knight that the camera and the infrared thermometer started to fail. I waited for about an hour to pass when I decided to do a third video, and that's where my infrared thermometer stopped working altogether. Now let me show you. I have my infrared thermometer here. It's about 7-8 months, so it's practically new. It doesn't work anymore. I've changed the batteries about 3 times. Now it should have given me at least another 2 to 3 years of service, but in this case, I don't know what happened. After spending a lot of hours collecting all of this information and evaluating the evidence and putting in a lot of thought into this, I'm satisfied to say that there is some type of paranormal influence coming from the wood of the medieval knight that is somehow interrupting the operations of electronics and draining energy out of batteries. Therefore, this concludes my investigation on this item, case number 2, the case of the medieval knight. So now that I ended this investigation, I would like to move on to the next case, which is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Before I end this video, I would like to give you a little update. Several months ago, I mentioned that I was building a special room for all of my haunted items, which I nicknamed the vault. Now, the walk-in closet behind the medieval knight, as you can see on the video, is that special room. Hopefully by tomorrow morning, I will have all of my haunted collection inside the vault. By the afternoon, if everything goes well, the alarm and sensors will be up and running, finally. I will be video recording inside the vault to show you how it looks inside and how everything works. So stay tuned for that as well. Give it a like and subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos coming up soon. Till next time guys, take care.